I have been putting off uploading this video for a very long time and just making it in general, even though I've had the idea for months now. And today, because I'm literally doing nothing, I thought I might as well do it and get my lazy ass off of the couch. So this is just going to be kind of a quick little introduction before the video actually starts. But this is just kind of a few things that school, my years of school, has actually taught me. Because I have been in school all my life. I have a few more years to go, but you know, it's not, you know, I've pretty much made it through most of school. So I'm going to just be talking about the things that school has actually taught me, not the Pythagorean theorem, not trying to find the angle of a triangle, not learning about stress relief and all that other bullshit. I'm gonna tell you things that school has actually taught me that has helped me actually get along better in life. So let's get to it. First thing that school taught me how to do is how to not get called on when you don't know the answer. I know, teachers are assholes. What they will do is when you have your hand up when you know the answer, they won't call on you. And then when you have your hand down when you don't know the answer, they will call on you, inevitably. So, basically, I'm going to teach, not really teach you, but I'm going to just tell you how school has taught me to keep my hand down and have my hand kept down without having to answer the question. And the basic thing is, when you're in a class that you don't like AP Algebra or Science or some kind of class like that, because those classes are boring as F, let's be honest, you don't know the answer, you're not paying attention, the one thing you can do is daydream. Honestly, if you're bored and you don't want to focus on that kind of stuff, just daydream. It will get you so far when it comes to keeping your hand up or keeping your hand down. That gets you so far. Because honestly, if you're daydreaming, you don't want to talk to anybody. Just stare straight ahead at the board or try to follow where the teacher's going or what you're supposed to be looking at, but daydream. Because if you're just staring at the board, the teacher thinks you're focusing, so automatically they think that, because let's be honest, when you got your hand down and you don't know the answer and you're talking to somebody, the teacher will call on you to humiliate you in front of thousands of other people. Let's be honest, because they think you're not focusing. But if you're staring at the screen and not talking to anybody, not really doing anything, they think that you're focused enough so that, you know the answer, oh, okay, she knows the answer, I don't need to ask her. This kid next to her looks like he's not focusing, I'll just ask him to see, just to be sure that he's paying attention. The amount of times that I have used this daydreaming technique and teachers have thought that I was mute because I wasn't talking and I was just so focused is huge. I have 3 teachers in my school who think I am mute because I don't talk, I don't answer any of the questions in class because they think I'm so focused that I just automatically know everything. Hell nah! I'm daydreaming about going to Cedar Point, riding the Raptor, and going down that Snake River Falls again and again and again because, that's really the only kind of stuff I like to think about. But I don't want to listen to you ramble on about Teddy Roosevelt and World War I. That's just not, no. It's not interesting unless we're talking about death and gory injuries. That's really 2 of the only things in history class that catch my attention. But other than that, I will inevitably be daydreaming, thinking about something completely different, and the teacher will think I'm being completely mute because I'm so focused, therefore they will not call on me. So, yeah, that's one thing that school has actually taught me that's actually been useful through the rest of my school career. The second thing that school has actually taught me is to keep my group of friends to a maximum of 6. Let me explain. Okay, so basically because of the way that I am, not too many people like talking to me, I guess. I don't really understand why, because I am a generally friendly person. But I have dealt with all of the schools that I've moved to. My experience in high school, there's a lot of shit talking that goes down, and everybody knows that. And I know the teachers say in 30 years it won't matter what your hair looks like, what shoes you wore. It'll just matter what, what you learned and how it impacted your life. I know maybe that's true in 30 years, but this is high school. This is right now, okay? 30 years is a long-ass time away. So, of course, my reputation and things like that are gonna matter right now. So, what am I supposed to do if people are talking shit about me and saying all these terrible things? Keep your group of friends to a maximum of 6 or lower. And I figured that out because I know some people really like being popular and having large groups of friends. And that is okay if you are able to handle the consequences that come along with that. Like, for instance, when a few years ago, I went to a fairly large-ish religious school, And I was a pretty popular kid, but that just led to a whole bunch of really bad things. It was really good at first, and I had a lot of friends, and then that led to shit talking and me attempting suicide, but that's another story. But here where I am now, because I switched schools again for like the 4th time, I've kept my group of friends to a maximum of 6. And I haven't been involved in any of the shit talking. Hardly anybody knows who I am, which is good. So that means I will hopefully be left the fuck alone so I can at least get my shit together and get used to the environment before I spread out. So thank you for whoever decides to see me in the hallway and just leave me the fuck alone instead of trying to talk to me. So this next one is extremely crucial. I have used this skill over and over again, and I know thousands of YouTubers have talked about this, but since I'm not a professional YouTuber yet, or I'm not a real YouTuber because I shoot shit off my phone, I don't care. This next one is extremely crucial, and I use this skill every single day in everyday life, but coming from the point of view of an actual high school student, I will tell you right now, this shit is important. And this is teaching yourself how to use your phone without anybody seeing that you're using your phone. Now, I don't know about you, but at my high school, like, we aren't allowed to have phones out in class at all. You can't have them on the table. You can use them in the hallway and in the cafeteria and at recess and stuff. I know high school you don't get recess, but lunch is practically recess. You can't have them on the table. You can't have them, like, in your lap. You have to keep them in your backpack and away during class, or else the teacher will take them and you won't get them back till the end of school. So, the end of the school day, not the school year. I was hoping you guys would get that. But I have found ways to keep in touch with all of my friends at the other end of the school building and things like that without people actually seeing my phone and or taking it. Because let's be honest, some of those classes like geometry and AP algebra can be boring as F. And you're just gonna want to entertain yourself now and then while texting your friends that's all the other way on the other side of the room. They can see you, but they can't talk to you because you're on the other side of the room. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna text them. And I've learned so many ways to try to hide my phone without people seeing it. So I'm gonna try to show a couple of you what I'm talking about. So this first mechanism that I use, I only use in my English class really because that's the only class where we really have silent reading. It really depends where you're sitting. You can also use this if you want to fall asleep in class. But I'm just going to use this book because it's named after me, Big Mouth Ugly Girl. But you want to take your book, open it up. I know you can't see my legs right now, but I swear they're there. You want to put the book on your lap, place your arm over the table, and look like this, occasionally turning the page. And you want to keep your phone inside the book so you can just, you know, text and move your thumbs and shit. And it's also good if you want to sleep during class because you can easily just close your eyes and the teacher thinks you're reading the entire time. So that's a really good one. This next one I don't really have anything to show you with because I'm shooting off of my phone and I don't have a calculator. But basically, you know how at school they have those calculators that are just kind of strapped to the wall or in little boxes that you can use like during math tests and shit? Like, you can take the cover that the calculator comes in, take it out, put the calculator underneath the desk or wherever you want to put it, place your phone inside the calculator case, and use it like that. That has taught me a lot, and that has helped me a lot, especially through AP Algebra, because that class is boring as shit, and we all need calculators. So, and the last little tip that I have for using your phone without anybody seeing it is kind of a quick one. And it's kind of requires a little extra work up in your brain, but it will help so much. And I'm sure a lot of you guys learned this in elementary school and in middle school, so hopefully it will help. And that skill is memorizing the keyboard. Regardless if it's on a computer or on a cell phone or whatever, autocorrect definitely helps with this. But if you're trying to send a text under the table, first of all, turn your damn screen brightness down or else it's going to show in your face and the teacher's going to see that. But you want to take your phone, put it under your lap, like under the table, and have your hands in your lap and just type. If you have the keyboard memorized, you won't even have to look down. I mean, you might have to look down once just to see you typed what you wanted to type and then find the send button. But other than that, if you have the keyboard memorized, you can text in class and nobody will see, nobody will care. I'm going to tell you now, I've used this multiple times because I have the keyboard memorized, and honestly, it has saved me so much. So, you might want to consider that. So that was pretty much kind of a short-ass video. It was just kind of a last-minute upload because I didn't plan this thing out in advance. But I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good day or night or whatever.
Goodbye, motherfucker!